eyes. Did you talk about wheelchairs yet? You could, whenever you're ready. Yep. Can I tell them a little bit as well? So Dan is telling you about, usually we come on here and we tell you guys about places we've gone and things we've been to. Today we're telling you about one we missed. So the last week or so, Dan and I both had colds. Dan's been on antibiotic because we're trying to avoid pneumonia, which is what his cold, generally turns into. So and he was in the hospital for a couple days, feeding tube dilemma. Minor and routine and kind of scheduled maintenance almost. So not a big deal, but we've been busy. And we did miss something that we go to every year. We're talking about the Abilities Expo. It happens in Edison, New Jersey. There's a New Jersey Conference Center there, like huge room. Back in the day, they gave COVID shots there. That's where I got my first COVID shot. It's about an hour away. And the Abilities Expo is just like everything you can think of that levels the playing field for someone, who is lacking in some abilities. They have wheelchairs there, right? That's one of the things Dan was telling you. We're shopping for a new chair. They have wheelchair vans and all the latest, goings on there. Yeah, Dan's right. We never miss this thing. We go every year, so it killed us to not go there. It's also, if you guys have been with us for a while, there's a video of Dan doing a climbing wall, and it happened at last year's Abilities Expo. So he was kind of bummed he couldn't do that this year. But what we were able to do was download the vendor list. And I mean, I talked to you guys about wheelchairs and wheelchair vans already, but they also have beds. And when I say beds, I mean real beds that the two of us could sleep in. Hospital grade beds that have all the elevation and do all the things. But I could sleep in there too. These things run $9 grand, so that's on our wish list for this year. Is this about the bed? Would you like that, to have that bed? Yeah, that's on our list. Right now, Dan sleeps in it's supposed to be the master bedroom, but it has his hospital bed in it. And I sleep in what we euphemistically call the guest room most of the time. But, so, that's something we're looking into. They also have a technology showcase where you can go and look at, like, the latest stuff. What we'd like to do for you guys, because we also don't have any video from the event, we didn't get to go, but we'd like to include a new technology or new item in each one of our videos until we run out, basically. I looked at 40 different vendor sites that I think would be of interest to some of us, either now or later, or for a family member or whatever. So we're going to be talking about these different technologies. My favorite one, without question, is, and I'm putting some pictures and stuff of this in the video, is not even available yet. I'm putting a website in the description that you can go and sign up to beta test this. If you've ever seen a commercial about the Invisalign invisible braces, you know, that you put on and over time they straighten your teeth out and they're really great. Picture the Invisalign thing on the bottom jaw, so it's clear, you can't really see it. And if you can believe this, it's Bluetooth enabled. So if Dan were wearing this, they call it an appliance, if you were wearing this appliance, he would be able to connect to his phone, his tablet, the smart TV in the room, and whatever, and just by moving his tongue, control it. We are very excited about this. We've tried a lot of the stuff, and they, you know, there hasn't been one thing that does everything. So Dan has tried he's tried the laser that you stick to his head, you know, and Dan being someone who sweats a lot, that was complex. We were controlling the laser from the floor half the time. You know, it was great. It just wasn't for him. He's tried the thing that looks like a pair of glasses. It's got a little laser on it. Right? I'm sorry, honey. And he tried so hard to make these things work. He had a thing that was with the glasses, with a little laser on it, and you control it with a bite switch. So coming off the side of the glasses, I'll put pictures of this on here too. We have this. Very rarely Dan will use it. And you control your mouse click, which the rest of us are pushing the button. Dan is biting, and it's a mouse click. Problem there is, a lot of his neurological deficits are around his throat and his mouth. That's why he has trouble talking and swallowing. So that he could do that for a little while, but not for long. So right now we've looked at all the resources we can get our hands on. Each one does a different thing. I have high hopes for this mouth gadget, that this will unify things for Dan, and he'll be able to look around and kind of run the whole house. We have Alexas in every room. You know, we're working on getting the house smart, in quotes, and ready for Dan. And this could be it. So he signed up for the beta testing. Check out the website at the bottom, and if I can figure the learning curve, I'm going to put it right on the screen, because this thing is amazing. Like everything I've seen about it, the prototypes and all of that are incredible. So that's our new gadget for this video. And each video we're going to introduce something new that I've been finding on the vendor sites from the Abilities Expo. Hopefully, next time they come to town, we'll be there. But I did find that we were able to get a lot of the information online with that vendor list that they provide you. Dan, did you want to add anything in there? He's excited about the mouth thing very much. Yeah, I think it could be good. And here again, maybe it's something we'll only use for one thing. But eventually, if we try every gadget, you know, we're going to get Dan some real connectedness with the house and with you know, things he wants to look at. Endless on-demand Avenger movies on the Disney Plus channel, for example, right? He would love to control that because I always kind of give him a hard time, but long story. But anyway, that's what we're doing. I'll also put the site for the Abilities Expo, so you guys also can look through the vendors. And they had, one of the cool things about the climbing wall is it was advertised for every ability. And there is something for everybody in this stuff. You know, if you just get a minute, look at a couple, 3 sites a week or whatever, and find things that could help you guys as well. Yeah, he's right. He's right. There's so much information out there. The main problem, what Dan's saying, is that you don't always know what you're asking for. So that's why this kind of list is very valuable. I would have never thought to Google Bluetooth mouth appliance, you know, or things like that. I mean, I Google a bunch of stuff. I have Google alerts. You can set up an alert on Google that when something comes up, something new in technology, something new for Dan, whatever, they email me about it. There's a lot of misfires. It's not always what I'm looking for, but every once in a while it hits. But the overwhelming problem is that you don't know what you're asking for all the time. We sure don't. We're 4.5 years into this, and there is so much more that we need to learn. So we're hoping we can help you guys out with that a little bit too. Okay, what do you think? You ready? Okay, so we will see you next time. Definitely check out the pictures that are coming up and check out the description for some of these websites. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.